Well, hello, Hearth and Homies. Thanks so much for tuning in for Mr. District Attorney. This classic old-time radio show ran from 1939 to 1953, and tonight's episodes are from that 1952-1953 season. It featured David Bryan as Mr. District Attorney. We hope you enjoy this classic old-time radio show that we've paired with the OTR visual radio to give you a unique old-time radio viewing experience. Now, I just want to take a minute and thank all of you that have been supporting us on Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee. Whether you're joining the Johnny Dollar Club or buying us strawberries, we wanted to take time to say thank you, because Hearth and Home Entertainment is an entirely viewer-supported channel. Now, I know you might say, Mr. H, YouTube is free. Why do you need support? Well, YouTube, the platform, is free, but in order to make a channel and produce all these shows, it does take some time and money. We're just so thankful for all our subscribers, our viewers, and our supporters. If you haven't already, take a minute to check the links in the description below. Now, just remember, support for the channel starts off at just $1 a month through the Johnny Dollar Club. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And as always, thanks for tuning in.
Mr. District Attorney, starring David Bryan. Mr. District Attorney, champion of the people, defender of truth, guardian of our fundamental rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
And it shall be my duty as district attorney not only to prosecute to the limit of the law all persons accused of crimes perpetrated within this county, but to defend with equal vigor the rights and privileges of all its citizens. This is David Bryan. In a moment, we'll bring you another case from the files of Mr. District Attorney. But first, a word from our sponsor.
And now, here is our star, David Bryan, as Paul Garrett, Mr. District Attorney.
As district attorney for this county, it's my job to prevent crimes as well as solve them. But sometimes you can't prevent them. Sometimes you can only pick up the trail after the violence has begun. In this case, it began 18 hours before the first police report reached my office. All right, stop the car. Stop the car, I said.
Ellie, put that gun away. Ellie.
Shut up, Grandpa. Come on, pull up right here.
Ellie, don't be stupid. Take the gag out of his mouth. Give the man a chance. You can't.
Why? Would he give us a chance? Look at him. Look at his eyes bug out. He thought he knew all about us. Well, here's something he didn't know.
Ellis, you can't kill a man in cold blood.
No? Watch it. See, Grandpa? See how easy it is?
I knew you were a cheap little no-good punk, Ellis, but I didn't think that you were a murderer.
Come on, let's dump him out of here. Here, I got his wallet.
One thing I hate, Ellis, is a killer. I hate killers.
Now, look, Grandpa. You're in this up to your lower plate. Now, come on, give me a hand. Grab his ankles. Come on, will ya? Okay. Swing his feet out. I'll dump him right here. These high weeds.
You think the law won't find him here?
Sure, they'll find him. But let them try to find us. Come on, shove. There. Pleasant dreams, Mr. Hicks. Okay, shove over, Grandpa. I'll drive back.
I hate killers, Ellie. I hate killers.
I hate killers, too. They're easy to hate when it's your job to study their handiwork and track them down. Harrington and I picked up the tracks on this case in the county morgue.
22 years service in this place still gives me the willies. You too, Chief?
Sure does. This one, Harrington?
Next one.
Well, let's take a look.
Yeah. 3 shots at close range. Like maybe he was looking right down the muzzle of the gun. Somebody else's gun.
Is he a John Doe?
Yeah, he was until an hour ago. His wife identified him. His name is Hicks. Alfred Hicks. He's an insurance investigator. He was, I mean.
Well, what company?
Globe, I think. Yeah, that's what Lieutenant Padway said. Globe Casualty Company. I asked Miss Miller to call him and find out what claims Hicks was working on.
Oh, good. Where was the body found?
In a vacant lot behind a motel way out on South Street. No identification on him at all. His wife called the cops when he didn't come home last night. Padway and Homicide brought it down here for a look, and that's what she saw.
Harrington, go on over to Homicide and find out what Lieutenant Padway's learned from Mrs. Hicks. I'll call the office and see if Miss Miller's learned anything from the insurance company.
Okay, Chief.
We'll see you later. Do you mind if I use this phone? Thanks.
Office.
Hello, Miss Miller.
Oh, Mr. Garrett, we've been waiting to hear from you. I've just been talking to the chief investigator at Globe Casualty.
Well, what did you learn?
Well, he said Alfred Hicks had been assigned to a stolen car claim. A big stolen car claim, incidentally.
Oh? How big?
An auto carrier loaded with 4 new sedans was hijacked about 14 miles from the factory.
Do we have a report on that?
We do now. It's on your desk.
Fine.
Mr. Hicks had been checking the want ads for any slightly used cars that might be for sale. His last call had been at the Sleep Easy Motel on South Street.
Well, that was his last call, all right.
He was seeing a private party named Thompson.
Did you call the motel?
Yes, sir. There was a Mr. and a Mrs. Thompson. They checked out about 7 last night.
That figures. Look, if Harrington calls in before I get back to the office, send him over to the Sleep Easy Motel.
Yes, sir.
Tell him to get a description of the Thompsons and any leads on where they might be. I'll see you in about 20 minutes.
Got 4 cars in the trailer now, Irma.
Okay. Got your copy of the manifest?
Hey, don't worry, honey. I'm on the ball. 3 sedans, 1 convertible, delivered direct from factory to Central Auto Sales Woodside. Check?
Check. Take off.
See ya.
Hey, turn off that printing press, will you, Grandpa? Hello?
Hello?
Turn it off, I said.
I heard you, Sonny. I heard you.
About time.
Yeah, about time. Sure, yeah.
Hello? Hello, Ellie?
Yeah.
This is Irma, dear.
I know. What's up?
A load just left for Woodside. 3 sedans and a convertible.
How long ago?
About 20 minutes. Ellie, I wish you'd forget about this one. It's too soon after the last job.
Look, Irma, will you forget it? I know what I'm doing.
But you promised me faithfully that there wouldn't be any more.
I'll see you tonight. Well, what are you looking at, Grandpa?
The loving young husband hangs up on his wife.
Why don't you mind your own business, huh?
Irma is my business. She's my granddaughter.
And my wife.
And if I'd had my say about her marrying
You didn't have any say. You were doing time, remember?
Yeah, I was doing time, all right. But I'd done my time. And anyway, I was up on a good, honest forgery rap, not murder.
Shut up.
Bad enough Irma's married to a car thief. How'd she like it if she knowed you were the killer, too?
Shut up, I said.
Easy, Sonny, easy. I ain't afraid of that gun of yours. I already messed up my life. I ain't got much left to lose, except... maybe Irma.
Listen, Grandpa. A truck left the plant 20 minutes ago for Woodside. We got about an hour and a half to meet it. Let's get going.
Not me, Sonny.
What do you mean, not you?
Told you before, Ellie, that gun don't scare me. I got nothing left to lose.
Except Irma.
Yeah, except... You know, Ellie, I really believe you'd do it to her, too. I really believe it.
You coming with me or not?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm coming. You want this last batch of pink slips?
Yeah.
And run them off yourself.
We got enough time? The truck should be here.
You make the decision, Sonny. It's your deal, all of it. You print the slips, you make the phony license plates, you plan the hijacking, you do the killing.
Okay, this is the spot. The auto carrier's just coming over that hill. Think you can drive this truck, Grandpa?
I drove it last time, didn't I?
Yeah. But I paid a lot of loot for this wagon, and it's helped me get a lot more. I'm sentimental about it.
I didn't think you could be sentimental about anything.
Here comes our sucker. Hey, buddy! Got trouble? Yeah, rear axle's locked. Can you give me a hand? Yeah, sure thing.
I hope you got a good flashlight on you.
Yeah, these things always happen after the sun goes down, it seems. It's the rear axle.
I'll take a look here. Yeah. That's all right to me. Baby, just go...
Hey! Okay, Grandpa, you drive this one. I'll drive his.
What are you going to do with that driver, Ellie?
Don't worry, I'll take care of him. Get going. Go on, Grandpa. Move, will you? Go on!
Morning, Miss Miller.
Morning, Mr. Garrett.
Harrington checked in yet?
Yes, sir. I'm typing up his report now. He's in your office.
Good.
Hi, Chief.
Hi. How did you make out, Harrington?
Well, I got kind of a vague description of the Thompsons, if that's what their name is. I gave it to Miss Miller. The guy is young, early 20s, curly hair, nervous, smokes a lot. Girl is the same age, about. Has one of them new style haircuts all over her head, you know? Reddish hair. Kind of pretty from what the motel guy said, but you know how motel guys are.
Well, that's vague, all right.
One thing he said, though. He said there was an old guy with the Thompsons. Seemed to be a relative, like a grandfather or something.
Excuse me. Yes?
Did you order the morning papers, Mr. Garrett?
Oh, yes. Will you bring them in, Miss Miller?
All of them?
Yes, please. All of them.
Why the papers, Chief? You cleaning out bird cages or something?
You and I are going to check the one ads.
Want ads?
Another auto carrier was hijacked last night.
No kidding. That makes two.
Yeah, 2. From the same assembly plant. 4 brand new cars on it. 2 hijackings, 2 murders.
2 murders?
The driver of the auto carrier. He was found on the highway last night. Harrington, you and I are going to check the ads for slightly used automobiles. Just the way that insurance investigator did.
Only he ended up in the morgue.
Here are the papers, Mr. Garrett.
Oh, thank you. Well, Harrington, I wonder where we'll end up.
And now back to David Bryan, starring as Paul Garrett, Mr. District Attorney.
2 auto carriers had been hijacked. 8 brand new cars had been stolen. And 2 men had been murdered in cold blood. For 3 days, Harrington and I and other members of my staff tracked down every lead, including the ads for slightly used cars. No luck. 3 days. 4 days. 5 days. Somewhere in this teeming city, our killer was still free. Free to kill again.
Ellie, I wish you'd stop that pacing. Ellie, please.
Your wife's talking to you, Sonny.
I heard her.
Ellie, will you stop?
Stop what? Stop this. Stop that. Stop the car deal. Stop the phony licenses. Stop living, why don't you tell me?
Now, there's an interesting idea.
You shut up. I've taken enough from you.
Ellie!
Oh.
Ellie, what's wrong with you?
Oh, you know, Irma. This is a big job. We still got 2 cars left over from the last job. And so far all week, we only got 1 call about our ad. An old maid school teacher didn't even have her driver's license yet.
I knew you shouldn't have pulled this job. I didn't even know about the first one till after it was done.
There's lots you don't know, honey.
Shut up, Grandpa.
Ellie, you promised me there wouldn't be any more. I only helped on this one because you promised me you'd stop.
Will you?
No. No, I won't forget it. You won't let me.
I won't let you.
No. You're so tense and nervous.
What do you expect? Hot cars stashed away all over town and us holed up in this flea bag motel waiting for want ads to pay off.
Maybe we should have stayed at the Sleep Easy. Lots of action there.
It's more than that, Ellie. It's the way you talk, the way you look. You look so cold and hard, like a real...
Like a real what? Go on, say it.
Like a real crook, she means. Or even a killer.
I told you to keep your big mouth shut.
Ellie, stop it!
I've taken all from this old man is going to give.
Ellie, put down that gun. Ellie! Ellie, that gun, where'd you get it? Oh.
Give it, Irma. Just see that this grandfather of yours doesn't allow up this whole deal. I don't trust him. Yeah?
Hi. You the party running the ad for the slightly used car?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm the party.
That's your missus in there?
Yeah. The car's out here.
My name's Harris. Joe Harris, Mr.
Johnson. That's Mrs. Johnson.
How do you do?
I am Mrs. Johnson. And this gentleman?
Mr. McCabe, my wife's grandfather.
Howdy.
Yeah, I'm glad to know you, Mr. McCabe. McCabe, eh?
No, Mr. McCabe isn't feeling so good. My wife has to take care of him.
Oh, that a fact. Well, I have a little foot trouble myself.
Yeah, well, the car's right over here.
Oh, not bad. Not bad at all.
Practically brand new. Hasn't even been all broken in yet. Just a few 100 miles on it. See?
Yep. That's what this speedometer says, all right. Hey, these tires are in good shape, too, ain't they?
I told you. Not even broken in yet.
Why are you selling it, Mr. Johnson?
Oh, you know, I bit off more than I can chew. I need the cash. Sometimes a guy gets in over his head.
Yeah, sometime they do. You mind if I look under the hood?
Go to it.
Hey, that motor is clean, all right. Real clean. Almost like it wasn't even used.
I told you. If it was any newer, you'd have to pay new car prices.
That's what I've seen today. How much?
$2,000 flat.
1,800? I'm interested.
$2,000. Stick a ride in it, and you'll see why.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'll go home and get the missus. Then we'll let her drive it. If she likes it, I'll go get the $2,000. Okay?
Well, you know, a car like this won't last long, and that ad brings in a lot of calls.
Okay, I'll give you a deposit. I'll hold it for an hour or so. 25, all right?
Well, no longer than an hour.
It's all the cash I got on me. Mind giving me a receipt?
Oh, no, not at all.
Here, this envelope is good enough. It's only for an hour.
Okay. There you are. You won't be more than an hour, will you?
Oh, don't worry. I don't want to lose a deal like this. I'll get the wife and see you before an hour, maybe.
This your car?
Yeah. I'll sure be glad to get rid of this clunk. See you.
District Attorney's office.
Harrington, Miss Miller. Chief there?
Yes, he is. Just a moment.
Hello, Harrington.
Take this motor number down, Chief, before I forget it.
Okay.
356P7338. You got it?
Got it. Wait till I check it on the motor numbers of the stolen cars.
I better raise and pay it matches.
356P7338. 733. It matches all right. Where did you find it?
Thompson's name is Johnson now. Young fellow in his early 20s, curly hair. Has a pretty wife with him, reddish hair. And an old geezer supposed to be a grandfather.
Where are they, Hank?
The Stateside Motel on Highway 99 near Academy Street. I gave him $25 in marked bills to hold the car for an hour.
All right, we'll be down there in about 25 minutes. I'll get Lieutenant Padway and some men. You keep your eye on the place and see that they don't check out all of a sudden.
That's the Stateside Motel, Highway 99 near Academy Street, right?
Right, Chief. They're in cabin number 3. And tell Padway not to use the sirens.
Okay, good luck. Did you hear all that, Miss Miller?
Yes, sir. I'll call homicide.
Tell Padway I'll meet him in front of the building.
Yes, sir. Come on.
Well, I think we finally hooked a sucker. Hey, where's the old man?
He said he was hungry.
I told you to watch him. I told you.
For Pete's sake, Ellie. Grandpa just went to get us some sandwiches.
When?
Why, you were talking to that man.
Wait.
Let go of my arm.
Why'd you let him go? I told you not to let him go. I told you to watch him.
Ellie, stop it. Let me go. You know what I think? I think you're gone crazy. I think you're gone right out of your head. Why should you be so scared of Grandpa? What did he ever do for you to be scared of? Why should you be so scared of everybody and everything? Why, Ellie? Why should you be so...
Both of you. You and that old man. You're both trying to turn me in so you can take over. That's why you let the old guy go, so he can call the cops. Get away from the door.
No!
Get away from the door. I'm so helping now.
Let go, Ellie.
Get away from the door, I said.
You are a killer, aren't you? Like Grandpa said, you're a real killer. Only I didn't believe it. I didn't believe you could be that rotten and crazy.
Move. Come on, get over here.
Hiya, Mr. Johnson. Guess I got back a little early, huh?
Yeah, Harris, you said about an hour.
Well, I figured it this way. On the way home, I said to myself, why don't I buy the car and surprise the little woman? That'll keep her happy and me happy and... What are you staring at?
That police car out there.
Police car? Oh, that's probably just
There's two of them. Now you, get in here, get in fast.
That won't help you, Buster.
Get in, I said. You're a cop, ain't you? Ain't you?
What'd you expect, dancing girl? See, I brought some friends.
All right, Johnson, or whatever your name is, open up.
Watch it, Chief, he's gonna shoot.
That won't help you one bit, chum. We've got more men, more guns, and more patience than you have.
Give up, Ellie. Please. Please give up. Please.
Go on and shoot, coppers. I got my wife and one of your men in here with me. If I get it, they get it. Now we just wait and see.
It's no use, Ellie. Give up, please.
All right, you two. Get over there, away from the window. Go on. Over against that wall. Both of you. Okay, now stay there. If you try to separate, I'll kill you.
Hey, Johnson, how do we know our man hasn't gotten it already?
Not a word from either one of you. Not a word.
Prove he's alive, Johnson, or we'll blow that cabin sky high. We mean it, Johnson.
Ellie, let him talk. Let him say something.
Okay, cop. Tell those Boy Scouts you're still alive.
It's all right, Chief. I'm right here, and so is his wife. But you better do like he says, Chief, because he's armed and he's dangerous.
All right, that's enough. Hey, what the... What are you...
Thanks for the chance. Right, stand now.
Hey, let go. Let go my arm.
Drop it. That's a good boy. Now, come on, killer. Your wife will open the door and you'll walk through it.
Some pals you got, copper. They know you're in here, but they shoot anyway.
Sure. How do you think they wanted to hear me talk? They could tell where I was so they could shoot where I wasn't. Just enough to get you off guard.
You all right, Harrington?
Yeah, I'm okay, Chief. Here's our gun-happy friend.
What are you going to do with him?
Well, let the courts decide that. You're his wife?
Yes.
I imagine you're involved in all this, too.
Yes. Yes, I am.
I hope you'll be willing to tell us about it.
She don't have to tell you a thing. She's my wife. She can't testify against me.
No, but I sure can, Ellie. I can tell plenty.
That's the grandfather, Chief.
I can tell you gentlemen all you want to know about this cheap two-bit murdering little punk.
He's in this, too. He's in it up to his dirty old neck.
I told you 100 times, Sonny, I got nothing left to lose. I'd like to do one decent service to the world while I still got the chance.
Grandpa, no. No.
Sorry, Irma, honey, but putting Ellis away is it. I hate killers.
This is David Bryan. I hope you enjoyed this case from the files of Mr. District Attorney. I'll be back in just a moment after this message from our sponsor.
Now, here's the star of Mr. District Attorney, David Bryan, with a word about the program you have just heard.
Perhaps you read about it in your newspapers. The young man we call Ellis was tried and convicted of first-degree murder, 3 counts. His wife, Irma, and her grandfather, Harold McCabe, are now serving sentences for grand theft. Now, this is David Bryan inviting you to join us when we present our next case, based on the facts of crime from the files of Mr. District Attorney.
Mr. District Attorney was originated by Phillips H. Lord. Mr. District Attorney, starring David Bryan. Mr. District Attorney, champion of the people, defender of truth, guardian of our fundamental rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
And it shall be my duty as District Attorney not only to prosecute to the limit of the law all persons accused of crimes perpetrated within this county, but to defend with equal vigor the rights and privileges of all its citizens. This is David Bryan. In a moment, we'll bring you another case from the files of Mr. District Attorney. But first, a word from our sponsor.
And now, here is our star, David Bryan, as Paul Garrett, Mr. District Attorney.
As District Attorney, protecting the citizens of this county from criminal violence is one of my biggest jobs. Unfortunately, such protection isn't always possible. We are always on guard, quick to take preventive measures to ensure the safety of everyone. But often the situation arises that we cannot foresee. A person with no previous criminal record decides to go wrong, and in doing so commits bodily harm. In a case of this kind, as we're about to see, the remedy can only begin after a victim has paid with his or her life. Is this all right?
I told you to stop back there. We're too close.
You gotta be able to grab him when he unlocks that door, maybe.
Too close. He'll see me.
Here comes something now. Is that the guy?
Yeah. And he's looking right at me. He knows me.
You don't know from nothing. Lefty's heading for the door. He'd have said hello if he recognized you.
He fired me a week ago. Why would he want to say hello?
Why don't you relax? Let's go, people.
Yeah.
Sorry, gentlemen. Store won't be open for business for another 30 minutes.
I got it.
Yeah. And the store's open for us right now. Let's go inside. Leave the door open.
Okay, mister. I head for the safe.
But we don't have a safe. We don't keep money here.
Do you want to head for the safe, or do you want to get hurt?
All right. All right. I don't want any trouble.
Well, come on, let's get moving.
What's the matter? You nervous?
Yes, I am. Listen, I'll do anything you say. I don't want any trouble.
Smart boy.
Here it is. All right, get it open. Sure. It'll only take a minute. Just a minute. There.
Get the dope, Pete.
That's all of now. I guess you want to tie me up or something?
We're going to do more than that, Mr. D.
Mrs. Boardman. You crazy or something? What are you doing in here?
I tell you, this man recognized me, and I intend to do something about it.
We're supposed to stay in the car.
Give me that gun.
No, don't do that. I won't say anything. I promise I won't say anything. No!
You're darn right you won't say anything.
You're crazy, Dame. Let's get out of here.
Man works 10 years getting to be manager of a store, and some trigger-happy punk cuts him down with a couple of bullets. Well, there he is, Chief.
I suppose there's a family.
Yeah. A wife and 3 kids, according to the lieutenant. The oldest kid is 10. Now I'm going to get some real enjoyment out of cracking this one.
That goes double on it. Did anyone witness the holdup?
Yeah. Plenty of gawkers outside now. Nobody was around when it happened.
Make a canvass of the neighborhood. See if anyone noticed a car near the place at the time of the crime. Spend the whole day if you have to.
Okay.
Is there a telephone handy?
Yeah, right over there. I'll see you later, Chief.
District Attorney's Office.
Miss Miller, I'd like you to make a quick checkup on something. We've had a robbery here. I don't know how much money yet, but whoever did it killed the manager of the place at the same time. I want these people, and I want them fast. So get me a police report on any known holdup artist who might be in this area.
Where are you, Mr. Garrett?
The Barlow Supermarket on Grove Street, but I won't be here long. I'm going into headquarters for a ballistics report as soon as they can give it to me. Then I want to make an unofficial call. There's a family in the neighborhood that's suddenly without a father. I'm going to see if I can be of any immediate help to them.
Where can I get you then?
I'll call you back in about an hour.
What do you got the door locked for?
What do you think? If I had my way, we'd blow this town right now.
Oh, what for? We got away clean. You're getting jumpy.
Why wouldn't I be jumpy? Crazy dame, killing a man for a lousy $700?
There'll be other jobs. We'll do better. Where is she?
In there, fixing her face.
It's all fixed.
Yeah. And it looks real good, baby.
Thank you, Lugo.
Lugo, I want to tell you something.
Yeah, what?
I want you to quit calling Donna baby.
It's a lot better than what you call it.
Never mind what I call it. I'm married to her.
Get him. Just because he's married to me, he figures he can call me anything.
I'm warning you, Lugo.
What's the matter with you anyway? What's wrong with me calling her baby?
I don't like it. That's what's wrong. They can knock it off.
Why can't we be happy once in a while? We got money, haven't we?
$700. A lousy $700, and you had to kill a man for it.
I'd have killed that one for a lot less. He didn't like it because I had to go out for a smoke once in a while. Pulled me out in front of everybody.
I told you I wouldn't go for any shooting. I told you that before we started.
So you told me. What can you do about it?
Well, you killed him with my gun, too.
What good did it do for you to carry a gun? You ain't got nerve enough to use it.
Oh, let's cut this out and split the money. I could use my half.
What are you talking about, your half? I was in on this, wasn't I?
Well, yeah, but Pete and me originally figured it 50-50.
Who set up this job? Who knew where that safe was? Who knew what time that guy would open up? I don't care what you and Pete figured. We split it across the board 3 ways.
Okay. I just assumed you had the dough. Guess you earned it.
And I'm going to earn more. Next one's going to be the biggest store in the chain. We'll do a lot better than $700 from that market. Turn on the radio, Lugo. Let's have a little music while we divide this money.
Yeah.
Morning, Miss Miller.
Good morning, Harrington.
Chief come in yet?
Mr. Eyes, he's in his office.
Good.
Morning, Harrington.
Hi, Chief.
Did you find out anything about that market case?
I waited until 9 o'clock last night. I finally turned up a couple of people who think they might have seen the car. A gray Suburban, but no license number.
Oh, that's not much to go on. Better check and see if any have been reported stolen.
I already checked. There ain't one of them models been stolen in 3 months.
Looks as though we're up against a problem.
How about picking up the boys who use that M.O.?
Well, the ones we know who use that method of operation aren't working in this area. Not with records. No, we've got to stick with that Suburban for our lead, Harrington. And if they didn't steal it, you wouldn't think crooks would be foolish enough to use their own car, would you?
Not unless they're real morons.
You know, Harrington, they might have rented that Suburban.
Yeah, that's a thought.
And when you rent a car, you have to come up with identification.
Yeah, you do.
Get started on our car rental agency. You take one phone and have Miss Miller take the other.
Right away, Chief.
Hiya, Donna.
That all you fellas ever do when I'm not around? Play cards?
Oh, what else is there to do when you're not around? And I got most of your husband's money.
He can't hang on to money, never could. Whew, there's smoke in here.
I opened the window.
You need a ventilator the way you guys smoke.
What you got in the boxes?
I bought myself some new clothes.
Oh?
I did something else while I was out, too.
What?
I cased that Grand Street Market. Gab with one of the checkers. Just like where I worked, only more volume and a lot more money.
When do you figure we ought to do it?
Why not this week?
I think we ought to wait. It's too soon after the other one.
What difference does that make?
Well, I think it's too soon, that's all.
If we listened to you, we'd never get anything done. Ooh, that smoke. I gotta open another window.
What do you expect to do? Keep on cracking supermarkets every week?
Well, we're gonna crack this one anyway, and we're gonna do it in a couple of days.
Hello, Acme Car Rental Agency? This is the district attorney's office. We'd like to know if your office has rented out a gray Suburban in the last few days. You haven't? I see. Well, thanks anyway.
This is the office of the district attorney. We'd like to know if you rented a gray Suburban any time this week. Yeah. All right, I'll wait.
That makes 23 for me and still no Suburbans. Let's see, the next one will be Tony's U Drive, Evergreen 3, 4456. I didn't know there were this many car rentals in existence.
Me neither. Hello? What's that? Yeah, that's right. Gray Suburban. Oh, good. And, what was the name? Mrs. who? Mrs. Donna Fordney, 215 Valencia. Okay. Oh, wait. You say they turned the car back? Okay, thanks very much.
You got one.
I sure did. Looks like we're in business, Chief.
The car rental?
Right. Gray Suburban was rented day before yesterday to a Mrs. Donna Fordney, lives at 215 Valencia, apartment 5.
Yes, Mr. Garrett.
Call that address Harrington got, will you? See if they've got a vacancy.
Yeah, right away.
Well, let's see a street. That's only 5 or 6 blocks from that market.
I was thinking the same thing. Did you get a description of the woman?
I did. She's a blonde, about 22, medium height and build. Guy said she was plenty good looking.
Got your information, Mr. Garrett. The Carlisle Apartments, and they do have a vacancy, a double on the ground floor.
Good. Call them back, Miss Miller. Tell them you'll take the apartment for your uncle.
Her uncle? Look, Chief, I ain't that old.
Set up a stakeout, Harrington. Get to know that blonde. Get to know what she does, where she goes, who her friends are. Find out if she works and where. Find out if her husband works. Talk to the women who live around her. They'll tell you. Try to find out if she's throwing money around. If she is, we'll make an arrest right away.
A blonde with money. Sounds like a pretty soft assignment, Harrington.
Yeah. Sew up like a .38 caliber bullet.
No, you better watch your step, all right. If that blonde has money, she probably got it because some killer used a gun. And if we get him in a corner, they'll use it again. This is David Bryan. Before we continue with Mr. District Attorney in the case of the supermarket killer, here's an important message I'd like you to hear.
And now back to David Bryan, starring as Paul Garrett, Mr. District Attorney.
A supermarket had been robbed. $700 had been stolen. And the manager of the store had been murdered in cold blood. My office had been able to come up with only one lead. The car used in the holdup was the same type as one rented by a Mrs. Donna Fordney, a young woman who lived in an apartment house near the scene of the crime. We knew she was a blonde, and we knew she was good-looking, but so are a lot of other girls. And there are plenty of suburbans driving around the city streets. But you do your best with whatever turns up. You try to add to it. So now Harrington was staked out in the apartment next door. Hello.
Harrington, Mr. Garrett.
Okay, put him on.
Hello, Chief.
How you doing?
Well, I haven't been able to find out much yet. Girl has a husband, all right. Name's Pete. And there's another guy. Seems to be a family friend. Comes and goes.
Then you get acquainted.
I'm going to try that now. The husband is there alone. This will be a good test of that course I've been taking. Course? What kind of course?
You know, the one on how to make friends and promote people. So long, Chief. I'll check back with you.
Yeah? What do you want?
Oh, look, I'm the guy in the next apartment.
So what?
Oh, I'm going nuts rattling around there alone.
Why don't you take a walk?
Whoa, I got bum dogs. Look, if you ain't got nothing to do, I thought you might like to, come over and shoot a fat.
I'm sorry. I gotta hang around here.
We could play some cards. How about a little rummy?
I don't think so.
Suit yourself. But it seems kind of silly, both of us, knocking ourselves out doing nothing. What's the matter? Don't you like cards?
I didn't say I didn't like cards. My wife's coming in pretty soon, that's all.
Yeah, we'll play till she gets home.
Yeah, I guess so. We better play in here. Then I'll be around when she gets back.
Yeah, it's okay with me. Hey, you got a nicer apartment than I have. Oh, those big windows.
It ain't as good as it looks. We get a lot of traffic noise. You want to play for dough?
Dough? How much dough?
Well, not enough so you get hurt. I'm practically broke.
Oh, that's too bad.
Well, I got a few things coming up. I'll be all right. Here, shuffle them.
Yeah. I see your wife going and coming. She's a nice-looking girl.
Trouble is she knows it. So there are a lot of guys around here.
Yeah, I guess that's a problem. Here, cut them.
Keeps a man busy all the time.
Well, and who's your friend?
Never mind my friend. What about yours? Every time you go out lately, you come back with that guy.
Don't get nasty now, Pete. I just met Don on the way in.
You just don't pay any attention to warnings, do you, Lugo? What do you want from me? A written invitation?
Keep it up, Pete. Keep it up. You're going to give me that dog eye once too often.
Shut up, both of you. You still haven't told us who your friend is, Pete.
He's a guy who lives by himself next door, and if he's smart, he'd keep on living by himself.
My, but we're in a bad mood. Well, I'm not feeling so gay myself. And I'm asking your friend to leave.
Now, wait a minute, Donna.
You heard me. And I guess we know who pays the rent for this place.
Yeah, it's all right, Pete. I'll go. I don't want to make no trouble for anybody. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow.
You stupid fathead. What's the idea of taking up with a stranger like that?
What's wrong with him? He lives right next door to us.
Donna's right, Pete. It's dangerous.
You keep out of this, Lugo.
Why should I keep out of it? Just as much my neck if anything goes wrong.
If you want to know something, we aren't waiting around for anything to go wrong. We're cracking that Grand Street market this afternoon.
What?
And if you're nervous, you don't need to come along. If you're chicken out now, don't expect me to come back to you.
Who's going to chicken out? I'm in this just as much as you are.
All right, let's go.
Go where? We need a car, don't we?
I got the car. Same one. It's out back. Come on.
Hello, Chief.
You look as though you're holding out against the charms of the blonde without too much trouble. Oh, I could be wrong, though. Isn't that a new tie you're wearing? You better watch it, Harrington. These blondes can turn out to be real femme fatales.
I'm doing all right so far. She's a pip for looks, no kid. She don't like me, though. Ordered me out of their apartment.
You mean your course didn't help?
Yeah, not a bit. She's got a real cold eye, that's it.
Any signs of wealth around?
Nothing I could see. Her husband didn't even have enough dough to play gin rummy.
Sounds as though the rent on your apartment might turn out to be a waste of the taxpayers' money.
We could pick them up on suspicion.
And a smart attorney would have them out within 24 hours. There's still no evidence against them but the car, and that's pretty flimsy. Besides, we could blow the case if we move too fast. They'd come out and transfer their operation to some other spot. We've just got to keep watching and waiting.
Well, it ain't a bad apartment. They sure rattle around in it.
And stay with it a little longer. Something might turn up.
Okay, Chief.
This the street?
This is it. Turn. Turn! There it is. Halfway down the block. We'll go around and back.
I still think we'd be better off doing it the way we did before.
Each time different. That way we don't take chances. In this alley, Pete.
Yeah.
District Attorney's office.
Harrington, Miss Miller. Chief there?
Not right now, Harrington. Wait a second. He just came in. Hold on. For you, Mr. Garrett, Harrington.
I'll take it right here. Hello, Harrington.
We got a bad break, Chief.
What's that?
They blew the coop while I was out front talking to you. Must have gone out the back way, and they were all three together.
Well, that could mean something, all right. I'll send out an alert. Stay there, Harrington. We'll keep in touch. Miss Miller?
Yes, sir?
Give me Lieutenant Padre right away. I'll take it to my office.
Okay.
Okay. Looks all right. Get behind that wheel, Donna. Come on, Pete.
Nuts to that arrangement. I'm going with you. Let Pete stay here with the car.
Hey, maybe that's a good idea. A man and a woman. Not so suspicious looking.
Give me your gun, Pete.
You gotta promise not to use it.
Give me the gun. Just be ready to move when we get out of here. Come on, Lucas.
Get that gun out of sight.
Sure. Don't be so jumpy. You're as bad as Pete.
Boy, you beat me. I never seen a dame like you.
You spot the manager's office?
Right where you said.
How about the manager?
He's in it.
Good. Not many people around either. Here we go.
Good afternoon.
Close the door, Lugo.
I do something for you?
Yes, you can, mister. You can open that safe and don't try anything funny.
Bradley, quick. No, hold up. He's got an intercom.
Put that on your intercom.
Donna, come on.
District Attorney's office. Where's that? Grand Street. All right, I'll tell him at once.
Yes, Miss Miller.
There's been another holdup, Mr. Garrett. The Barlow Supermarket on Grand Street, and they shot the manager. What's that?
I'm going out on that, Miss Miller. Alert Harrington right away. This time we might be able to grab that bunch.
You and that gun. Now we're really gonna have to get out of here.
Shut up and get the door open. What are you doing here?
Just came over to visit. Found the door unlocked, so I walked in.
Well, you can walk right out again.
Sure.
Wait a second. What's that you got in your hand?
The wind was blowing in through the open window. Scattered some papers around. I picked them up for you.
Give me that. Take a look. It's a money wrapper from the market. You got more of these?
Let him alone, Lugo. You don't mean no harm.
That's what you think. Look. More of them in his pocket. And look at this. A 38 police special.
He's a cop.
Get over there, you.
Shut the door, please.
Yeah.
Lousy cop sneaking in here.
No sneaking to it, Mrs. Portney. Everything legal. I've got a search warrant on me if you'd like to take a look at it.
Keep your hands away from your pockets.
What are we going to do with him, Donna?
You ain't gonna keep him for no pet.
Not going to kill him either, Donna. No more killing.
Lugo, you got a gun. If Pete tries anything, you know what to do.
You can't get away with killing cops, Donna. Not cops.
Just slug him, Donna, and let's get out of here.
He's the only one who can identify us. Get my handbag out of the closet, Lugo. Then get ready to blow.
You can't beat this thing. You'll be picked up.
I'll have to find us first. Got the bag, Lugo?
One with the dough, I got it.
You're not going to kill him, Donna. You killed enough guys.
Try to stop me. He's getting it right.
All right, drop those guns.
That's all for you, sister. Drop it.
Lousy cop.
You all right, Hank?
Yeah, I'm fine, Chief. Them slugs all went into my apartment next door, but you got here just right. This trigger-happy young lady was just about to give me the works.
Crazy, Dave. She's killed crazy.
Maybe you'd like to tell us about it, mister.
He can't tell you nothing. He's my husband, and he can't testify against me.
No, but Lugo can, and if he don't, I'll lay it all on him.
Not on me, you won't. I'm not sitting still for any murder rap.
Here's our break, Chief.
You're in this with me. Both of you. Right up to your half-price haircut.
Yeah, I'm in it. But I didn't do them killings, and neither did Lugo. You pulled the trigger both times. You crazy, stubborn dame.
All right, let's go. All of you. We'll hear the rest of it downtown. This is David Bryan. I hope you enjoyed this case from the files of Mr. District Attorney. I'll be back in just a moment after this message from our sponsor.
Now, here's the star of Mr. District Attorney, David Bryan, with a word about the program you have just heard.
Perhaps you remember the outcome of this case. The jury found Pete and Lugo and the girl we call Donna guilty of murder in the first degree. Society now has collected the penalty for their crimes. Now, this is David Bryan inviting you to join us when we present our next case based on the facts of crime from the file of Mr. District Attorney.
Mr. District Attorney was originated by Phillips H. Lord.
Mr. District Attorney, starring David Bryan. Mr. District Attorney, champion of the people, defender of truth, guardian of our fundamental rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
And it shall be my duty as District Attorney not only to prosecute to the limit of the law all persons accused of crime perpetrated within this county, but to defend with equal vigor the rights and privileges of all its citizens. In a moment, we'll bring you another case from the file. But first, a word from our sponsor.
And now, here is our star, David Bryan, as Paul Garrett, Mr. District Attorney.
The district attorney has two jobs to justice. The other is to protect the innocent. It isn't always easy to tell which is which. This case started in the industrial district, a desolate spot in the early morning hours.
What time is it now, Eddie?
2 minutes to 2. Hey, look, Fogos, I'm getting worried about this.
You want to go up the river? You want to see me kick off the police force and go up there with you?
No.
Then play it my way.
All right.
Now, come on, Eddie, pile out.
Yeah.
We'll be coming around that corner in a minute.
How do you know, Fogos?
I know because a beat cop calls the precinct. And this is the call box Walsh uses. Only
Whoever answers, don't they know Walsh's voice?
No, it's a new desk sergeant. We gotta time this just right. You take a look around that corner, see if Walsh is coming.
Okay. No, I don't... Wait a minute. Yeah, about halfway down the block, Fogos.
Yeah, about 30 seconds. Yeah, that's perfect. Now, you keep quiet.
31st Precinct, Sergeant Willoughby.
Hi, Sarge. 2219, Walsh.
How's it going, Walsh?
Got a 707. Prowler. Name's Frankie Lynch. Is the parole violation. You better send a wagon.
Right away. Hold him.
Are you coming full, Lieutenant?
Let him. We're ready. Get in the car.
Jesus. Shut up.
Well, officer.
Yeah? What's the truth? Well, how long you're keeping? Nothing. Surprise.
I got something that will surprise you, Walsh.
Yeah? Like what, a bribe?
No, I wouldn't try to bribe you, Walsh. You're an honest cop. So... All right, Eddie, now we can go.
Cop killing. You have a business on us.
They'll be looking for a parole violator named Frankie Lynch, stupid. Now slow down and relax. I wouldn't want you to get a traffic ticket. The shock might kill you.
Morning, Miss Miller.
Oh, good morning, Harrington.
Chief in yet?
In and on the phone.
Oh, would I love to get my hands on that Frankie Lynch.
No word on him?
No. City's being fine, calm, though.
See this morning's papers?
Yeah. Most cold-blooded murder in the city's history. I saw.
They've already convicted men without a trial.
Trial? Guy's out of state prison for 1 day after a 3-year stretch, and he murders the cop who sent him up. Who needs a trial?
Better not let Mr. Garrett hear you talking that way.
Hello, Harrington. Oh, morning, Chief. You put that call through to the 31st Precinct, Miss Miller?
Yes, sir. Sergeant Roby's on his way here now.
Walsh spoke to him when he called in and said he had Lynch under arrest? Yeah. He got his statement yesterday. I want to talk to him personally. Something disturbs me. What? Do you think Officer Walsh would have arrested Lynch and brought him to a call box without searching him to see if he had a gun? No. He'd frisk him the minute he caught him. And Walsh wasn't killed with his own gun. Hadn't Lynch had an accomplice, Chief? Well, that's the only... What was that? Out in the hall. Frankie Lynch, sir. He's in the building. Something on the loose. I was just coming out of the elevator when a cleaning woman came running into the staircase. Lynch scared her. Boys from the squad room came up after him. They've got him cornered. Where? Hearing room at the end of the hall. Well, why don't they go in and take him? They can't. He broke a window and went out on the ledge. Says he's going to jump if anybody comes out after him. Come on, Harrington. Who fired those shots? Squad room boys. Lynch fire back? I don't think so. He just floated through the window. In here. All right, you guys. All right, quiet down. Right up there. All right. Sergeant, take these men with you. Go right up to the 9th floor. See if there's any chance of dropping a rope over him. Yes, sir. Come on. Now, let's see if we can coax him in. Hey, Chief, don't stick your head out there. Why not? He killed the cop that sent him to jail. You prosecuted him, didn't you? Well, you might be next on his list. Why else would he be in the building? Why? I'll talk to him. Mitch!
Chief, you get away. You make one move to come out here after me and I jump.
Now, that ain't gonna make you any deader than the policeman you shot. Man with a wife and 2 kids.
I didn't shoot him.
Well, come on in and tell me about it.
No, I want to see Mr. Garrett. If you pull everybody off the floor and let me talk to him or I'll jump, I swear it.
Harrington, let me... Dog, Chief, he's half crazy. Just get out and let me talk to him. Go on, Harrington. Oh. Garrett speaking.
Sergeant Willoughby talking from the 9th floor, sir.
How does it look?
No good. We can't even see him. There's a harness up here. It jumps out too far to rope him.
That's too bad.
They could lower me over in a bucket seat.
No, forget it. He might go. Bring the men and report to Harrington in my office.
Yes, sir.
Take them down into the street. Rope it off and close the door.
Garrett?
Have you been running away?
I've been trying to get to you. I stopped taking me with them thinking I'd kill one of them.
Lynch, I'm in this room all alone. If I lock the door, will you come in and talk it out?
No, I can talk from here.
I give you my word.
But you don't know what it's like to be locked up. You know what the greatest thing is? A doorknob that you can buy in a hardware store. But turn it. You can use it to open and close the door. Go anywhere you want, whenever you want to.
Lynch, I know how you feel.
No, you don't. You'll never know. When I left the pen just 3 days ago, I swore I'd never go back. I'd rather die.
Lynch, why did you run away when Officer Walsh was shot?
I didn't even know he was shot. Not till I heard it on the radio the next morning and found out they were looking for me.
But Walsh called the precinct house and said he had you under arrest for violation of parole.
That's a lie. He didn't arrest me.
Did you see him the night he was killed? You're hesitating, Lynch. The way a man does when he's fishing for a lie.
Yeah, I saw him. But we just talked. He didn't arrest me and I didn't kill him.
Maybe you'd better tell me what did happen.
Well, it was my first night out of the pen. I couldn't sleep. I was free. I just wanted to walk around. walk and breathe. About 1 a.m. I got up. I got dressed and I went out.
Out where?
No place in particular. I just, wherever my feet wanted to take me. Felt good. Never know how good.
Go on.
I saw him about 1:30 it must have been. I was walking down by the factory district. Quiet. Nobody around.
Hey, you, wait a minute.
What?
Turn around and put your hands against the wall.
I'm not doing anything, officer.
Okay. Now let's get a look at your face. Well, Frankie Lynch, isn't it?
Yes.
Remember me?
I remember you.
Got you for armed robbery once, didn't I?
Yeah.
When'd you get out?
It's yesterday.
Thought you pulled 5 to 10.
I served free. I'm doing the rest on parole.
Your parole officer forget to tell you about the 10 o'clock curfew?
No, don't tell me.
Being out at this hour is a violation. You know that, don't you?
Please. Officer Walsh, I'm not doing anything wrong. Would you please believe me?
You better tell me what you are doing around here.
I'm just walking. After 3 years, I couldn't sleep. I just came out here to walk, that's all.
Take it easy, boy. I think you're on the level.
I am. I am.
Got a job?
No, not yet.
Well, bakery needs night loaders. I'll be passing there in a few minutes. Maybe I could talk to somebody.
Would you? Would you for me?
It's only $40 a week. You used to have bigger plans than that.
Yeah, it was before I found out how much the doorknob was worth.
Huh?
Just a private joke.
I'll talk to the night boss later on my way to ring in. Go ahead, boy. Finish your walk.
Walsh, you're not a bad guy.
I don't think you are either. Not anymore.
Hello, Walsh.
Hello, Eddie. How's business tonight?
My pool parlor's only open at daytime. You know that, Walsh.
They're playing pool, you mean? How about dice and a few other games?
Maybe you better stop saying things you can't prove. You had the Vice Squad raid my place 3 times. No evidence, no game.
That's right, Eddie. And we both know why, don't we? Another couple of days and we'll know for sure.
Well, maybe we'll all learn a lot in a couple of days. You got a... Well, if it ain't Frankie Lynch.
Hello, Eddie.
When they let you out?
Yesterday, on parole.
Parole, huh? Well, drop around. Shoot a game of Chicago on the house.
No, thanks, Eddie.
Well, I bet the warden will be real proud of you.
That's enough, Eddie. Get going.
Sure. Good night, you lovely people.
You know, you were lucky in a way, Lynch. You learned your lesson. That baby still has his coming.
He can have it.
Got any dough?
Yeah, I got $50 compliments of the state. Enough to hold me till I start loading bakery trucks, I hope.
I think that'll be real soon. Good night, Lynch.
Good night. And thanks.
Enjoy your walk, boy. I'm glad you came out clean.
That was the last I saw of him, Mr. Garrett. That was all, and that's the truth.
I see.
You don't believe me, do you?
It doesn't fit in with the other statements, Lynch.
But it's all true.
Then what are you afraid of? Come inside and we'll...
No, Mr. Garrett, no.
Lynch, you've been running more than 48 hours. You can't have had much food or sleep. You're tired. And that ledge is pretty narrow.
And 8 stories above the ground, but I'm staying here, Mr. Garrett. Until you know that I didn't shoot Walsh. Or until well, like you said, I'm tired.
I'll do what I can, Lynch. Check your story. And I'll be back as soon as I can.
I'll be here, Mr. Garrett. Here or down there.
This is David Bryan. Before we continue with Mr. District Attorney in the case of the man on the ledge, here's an important message I'd like you to hear.
And now, Paul, District Attorney.
A policeman had been murdered in cold blood, an ex-convict. And he stood on a ledge 8 stories above the ground, denying guilt and in danger of plunging to his own destruction at any moment. If Lynch was lying, his death might not matter. But if he was innocent, a killer was at large, and we had to find him. Meanwhile, in another part of the city...
Eddie?
Hi, Vogel.
Hey, don't call me by here, but Lynch.
Yeah. I understand they're covering the thing with radio and TV and everything.
Not so loud. Eddie.
Yeah?
Where's your equipment stacked?
I'm basement of the warehouse next door. Why?
There's nothing on the premises here?
No, I moved everything when you took me on that last trip. The game tonight, maybe. You know, it's pay night.
You crazy?
From you first. That's what I've been paying you for, ain't it?
Look, bright boy, I'm due a grand jury here next week.
Well, so what do you got to worry about? Walsh ain't going to be there to testify. And without Walsh...
Some bright ideas about why, Walsh.
A lot of bright ideas.
Sure. That jump, huh? Mm-hmm. I'll see you again after.
All right, stay back there. That'll show you, kid. They get those kids, Fogarty.
Sergeant Willoughby.
Yes, sir, Mr. Garrett.
Let Fogarty take over. I want you upstairs.
Yes, sir.
Waiting. Back to the 8th. Our case against Lynch seems to hinge on before he was killed. Are you?
What, have no...
I'm not looking for a lie, Sergeant. I'm looking for a mistake. Are you certain it was Officer Walsh who phoned in?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You don't...
I never thought about it until now, sir. I mean, you said it was Walsh.
Did you?
I suppose somebody else might have used that call box, but...
But what?
Well, only a cop wouldn't... I can't explain it, but... Well, I know. When you call in, it's not just anybody could pick up a call from them.
All right, Sergeant. That helps.
Just off from Grand. You're bringing your records over, but I took these notes. Fogelson, pending investigation.
Was Walsh involved in the suspension?
Yes, sir. He was under...
What charge?
According to the bill, Walsh on 3 occasions reported gambling in a billiard parlor owned by a Eddie Manning. Vice Squad drew warrants and staged 3 raids, no evidence found. Walsh charged that Eddie Manning was being informed of the raids.
It's Officer after all, Sergeant Willoughby.
District Attorney's office. Just a sec. Carrington, Mr. Garrett.
Right, Harrington.
Tonight's foreman isn't here, Chief.
And get his home phone number and call him.
I asked. He hasn't got a home phone.
Then just find out if Walsh stopped by before he was killed and ask for...
Chief, going right away.
You live near the 31st Precinct, Sergeant?
Yeah.
Way in change into plain clothes. It'll look for me about a block...
Sir, Eddie Manning.
We'll take an unmarked squad. I want to report on Lynch's condition every 15 minutes.
Only 10 cents a cue.
No, thanks.
A couple of others, somebody to play with.
I just like to watch.
I ever see you around here before?
Maybe. I work at the bakery. Hey, you hear about that cop that got shot a couple...
Yeah, so I hear. You know, it happened right on the corner of the next block. Shooting. I just missed seeing it.
That's so?
Yeah. I passed him on the street. And the cop and the guy who killed him.
No kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, the cop was arresting this Lynch character and hauling him up to the call box to call for the wet.
You saw that?
Yeah, passed him right on the street.
I didn't hear anything about a witness. You tell the police about it?
Why? They know who done it. I mind my own business.
Yeah, sure. Oh, boys, at the bakery, tell me this pool hall isn't your only business.
I don't believe everything you hear.
I don't.
You want anything else?
No. No, thanks. I'd better be getting on to work.
Chief? Over here, man. As always.
Where's Sergeant Willoughby?
Around the block in the pool room. You see that night, Foreman?
Yeah.
Did you back Lynch up? Did Officer Walsh ask him for a job for Lynch?
No.
No? The foreman says he went home early the night of the killing. His kid was sick or something. But some of the loaders did say that Wolf stopped by looking for him.
That means Lynch's story could be true.
Yeah. Oh, here comes Willie.
Well, Sergeant? I don't know. This Eddie Manning says he saw Walsh with Lynch. Well, that's in keeping with Lynch's statement. He's going to flush that vice cop Fogelson, and we don't have much time. Harrington, you try the pool room this time.
What do you want me to do, Chief?
Show him your police credentials.
What?
Pretend you're trying to shake him down. If he's been paying Fogelson for protection information, maybe he'll pay you. Use your car. Go ahead.
Anything you want me to do, sir?
All radio division for a squad to cover this area. There's an alley behind that pool room. Keep it covered. I'll meet you. Yes, sir.
Close. We close at 5 o'clock.
I got a message for you.
Yeah, what is it?
You got anything around you shouldn't have?
Who are you?
Bad enough?
What do you want with me? What are you talking about?
Get hedge with me. You're going to be raided again. Fogelson told me to tell you.
Why didn't he come himself?
Difference is made. Now fork over, let's have you go.
For what?
Fogelson never give you information for free.
I don't know what they're talking about. Get out and close.
Yeah, hello?
Fogelson, Eddie,
What are you calling me for?
did you just send a cop to see me?
No.
Well, he was here. He flashed a badge. Mentioned you and tried to shake me down. Now, listen, Fogelson. They're wise to us. You pull that trigger, not me.
Oh, shut up, you fool. Now wait there. Wait for me. I'll be over there in 5 minutes.
Fogelson. Fogelson.
Quiet.
I can't see anything. Pull the blind.
Call somebody on the phone. Shade on the back window. Right there. Maybe Fogelson. Right there. Maybe Fogelson.
Hey, let me in.
Keep your eye open back there, Sergeant.
Yeah, we can slip out front now.
Shoot. What is it, Sergeant?
He shot Eddie. He's going for the cash register.
Trying to make it look like a robbery killing. You'll go for his...
Stop, Fogelson! Come off behind that car, Fogelson, with your hands up. Don't make me kill you. Don't make me kill you. I'll circle behind him.
Careful, Sergeant. He's going to run.
Nice shooting, Sergeant.
We got you for killing Eddie Manning, Fogelson. You might as well tell us about Walsh. You did it, didn't you?
Yeah.
We'll radio for an ambulance, Sergeant. Stay with him. Come on, Harrington. We got to get Lynch in from that ledge. Careful now, Lynch. Easy. Easy. Reach your hand out now. Grab him, Harrington. I got him. Pull together.
Yeah?
All right. You're safe now.
I was so far down. I didn't want to die, but I couldn't stand being locked up again.
How about coming with us? We'll get you something to eat.
No. I don't want anything except just to be able to open that door and go.
All right, man. It's all yours.
Thanks. Thanks. Yeah, I'll get it.
No, Harrington. Let him open it himself.
I just wanted to help him, Chief.
You know. This is David Bryan. I hope you enjoy this case from the files of Mr. District Attorney. I'll be back in just a moment after this message from our sponsor.
Now, here's the star of Mr. District Attorney, David Bryan, with a word about the program you have just heard.
You probably recall the case. That exceedingly and fortunately rare specimen of a criminal policeman we call Fogelson was tried and convicted for both killings. Frankie Lynch finished out his parole honestly, got his job at the bakery, and is still employed there in a supervisory capacity. Now, this is David Bryan inviting you to join us when we present our next case based on the facts of crime from the file of Mr. District Attorney.
Mr. District Attorney was originated by Phillips H. Lawrence. Mr. District Attorney, starring David Bryan. Mr. District Attorney, champion of the people, defender of truth, guardian of our fundamental rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
And it shall be my duty as district attorney not only to prosecute to the limit of the law all persons accused of crimes perpetrated within this county, but to defend with equal vigor the rights and privileges of all its citizens. This is David Bryan. In a moment, we'll bring you another case from the files of Mr. District Attorney. But first, a word from our sponsor.
And now, here is our star, David Bryan, as Paul Garrett, Mr. District Attorney.
A district attorney and a criminal have only one thing in common. They both know the value of time. Each hour between the commission of a crime and the discovery of a crime means an hour more of freedom for the criminal. An hour more for the trail to grow cold. And sometimes the hours lengthen into years, as they did in this case. The time is 15 years ago.
Martha? Martha!
You want me, Dr. Ross?
Where's your husband?
Well, he just went up to bed.
Call him. I want to see him.
Joe?
Yeah?
Come on down a minute. Doctor wants to see you.
You're right there.
Something's wrong, Doctor. What is it?
Martha, I want your husband out of this house tonight.
Why?
Here's why. I've just been going over my bank statements. 2 checks with my name forged on them.
What makes you...
I know all about him, Martha. Those 2 years he was away in Oklahoma. He wasn't in the Army. He was in prison.
All right, Doc, so I was in prison. Got any skin off your nose?
I got a good mind to call the police about you. Maybe one lesson wasn't enough.
You got me so scared my knees are shaking.
Joe.
I'm sorry for your sake, Martha. You see what he is. I'm calling the police.
Sure, Doc, and I'm just going to stand here and hold still for a second. Give me those iron teeth.
Look out, the instrument cabinet!
You old fool. You lousy bucks, I'll show you.
Joe!
How's this for surgery?
You stabbed him. Killed him, Joe. He'll send you to the electric chair.
Shut up! They won't send me any place. Because nobody's going to know, not ever. I could write his name good enough to fool a bank. I can do it good enough to fool anybody. Stop bawling and grab his feet.
What are you going to do, Joe?
Gonna take him out someplace and bury him. He was always talking about retiring. Well, now he's retired.
The city grows a lot in 15 years. There are more people, new skyscrapers and schools and apartment buildings. The suburbs stretch out, and the vacant lots give way to rows of neat new houses.
You'll have to walk the rest of the way, Chief.
Where?
Over by those pipes. Ditch they were digging for the sewer main. Workmen hit the box while they were excavating.
Box looks like a coffin.
Mm-hmm. More like a crate of some kind. Almost fell apart when they dug it up. You'll see. It's right behind that pile of dirt.
Who's that on guard?
Malone, 53rd Precinct. This is the...
Oh, why don't you give him a break?
Yeah. Take 5, Malone. Get yourself some chow. Yep, there it is. Watch the mud here.
Yeah. You've got a long time, Harrington.
Yeah, maybe too long, Chief. Chances are we'll never even find out who he was. No less who killed him. If he was killed.
It's a homicide, all right.
You get the medical examiner's report already?
No, but look at this.
Yeah. Broken scalpel blade.
He wouldn't have been buried with that, unless it happened to be in his body.
Sure, that figures.
With what?
The medical examiner said there were 2 vertebrae chips in the spine. Might have been made by the scalpel if he was stabbed. That didn't mean he was stabbed in the back.
Is that all the examiner noticed?
That's all I heard him mention.
Nothing to help us with the identification. No dental work.
Yeah, not even a filling. Teeth must have been perfect.
What about the box?
It'll be taken into the crime lab. Badly rotted, though.
Yes. It must have been pretty solid and expensive freight when it was new. Probably used for shipping a piece of machinery. We can find out what kind of machinery. Might tell us where the crate came from.
Maybe. We already know one thing it was used for. Coffin.
Yes, but that isn't what it was made for.
And there comes the pickup wagon now. Whoever buried this, I guess they never expected it to be found, eh, Chief?
I guess not, Harrington. Let's hope we're going to have one more surprise for them.
Huh?
They never expected to be caught, either.
She's out of focus, Mueller. Turn it a little. Good. That's got it. Now let's have the other slide. Line them up slowly. Hold it. Now that's it, all right. Trace elements match perfectly. Type up the report and I'll sign it.
Hello, Sam.
Oh, hello, Harrington. Mr. Garrett. Go ahead, Mueller.
What's that?
Matching broken headlight glass. Hit and run case. I suppose you're on my neck about that box again.
Well, it's been 5 days, Sam.
I know. The box was hard to restore, but this morning I think I got something.
What?
I'll know for sure in a few minutes. As soon as we get an answer to a teletype I put out.
What do you think was in that box originally?
Well, that's what I'm hoping to find out. It was a stumper, but from the size, shape, construction, and kind of wood used, everything points to an X-ray machine.
X-ray?
Yeah. That fit anything?
Very strongly. The medical examiner says the murder weapon was a doctor's scalpel found in the box.
Let's go into the teletype room, see if they've got anything yet.
Who did you request information from?
Police chiefs in a few cities where X-ray equipment is manufactured. It's a long shot, but we were able to restore part of a number stenciled on the crate. Ink soaked in pretty deep. It showed up under ultraviolet after we treated it.
Think it might have been an invoice or a shipping number?
We can hope so. There was a code letter, too. We couldn't quite make it out. Maybe the numbers were enough. Here we are.
Anything on that crate yet, Kling? I can't hear you.
He's pointing to that clipboard on the wall.
Thanks.
This is it, all right, Mr. Garrett. Only shipment to your city bearing code number you supplied was for a machine sent for pay to Dr. William W. Rowe, 949 Willow Drive.
That help, Mr. Garrett?
It might. Plenty. Let's see the rest of that, Harrington.
Yeah?
Machine number X42L773. Service and Parts Department records show ownership transferred to Dr. Arnold Marks, Philadelphia, almost 15 years ago.
Looks like this Dr. Rowe is our man, Chief.
Yes, if we can find him.
We can try the address. Might still be there.
I don't think so. The doctor doesn't buy an expensive X-ray machine and sell it in less than 3 months unless he's making a sudden move. You'd better get out there, though, Harrington. Check the neighborhood. I want a complete report in my office tomorrow morning.
Is that you, Joe?
Yeah. Come in here quick.
Is there something else in the papers?
No, nothing since that thing last week about them finding the body, but
What is it?
somebody was around the neighborhood all day yesterday asking questions.
About Dr. Rowe?
Yeah.
Who could it be?
That's a pretty dumb question, isn't it? Cops, who else could it be?
Then they must have identified the body, Joe.
Oh, how could they? 15 years?
They must know something or they wouldn't be coming around. Joe, we better get out of here.
That's all we have to do, run. We're going to sit tight. They can suspect all they want, but if they want to prove anything, they got a long way to go.
What are you looking for?
A gun. Where'd I put it?
Joe, no, please.
Let go of it.
What good's a gun gonna do you? It can only get you more trouble, more killing.
Listen to me. You shut up and listen to me. I'm going to brazen this thing out, and so are you, as far as we can. Took a lot of thinking and planning and work to get us this place and everything we got. I ain't going to run off and leave it until I have to. But if I do have to, I'm going to make sure I can handle anybody who tries to stand in my way.
In the bottom drawer, under the tablecloth.
A box of bullets down in the basement. Get 'em. Bring some oil on the cleaning rack. Did you hear me? Arthur. If they come here, baby, you better watch your nerves. Because if you break, if you give me away, I'm going to have to use this. And I may use it on you first. You understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Well, this report just about does it, Harrington.
Yeah, I thought so too, Chief. The medical examiner estimates the victim has been dead for 15 years. Dr. Rowe pulled stakes and moved out 15 years ago. He must have been running all right.
Sold his house and furnishings to his housekeeper and her husband, eh? Did you see them?
Well, I thought you'd want to talk to him yourself. Mail carrier on the route said they used to get letters from the doctor once in a while after he disappeared.
I wish we knew who the victim was. Funny that Dr. Rowe could kill a man and get away so clean. No missing persons report filed about the same time. Somebody who might have been the victim.
No, not a wanted bulletin. Not that it's going to do much good.
Why not?
Figure it out, Chief. The doc was about 60 years old. If he isn't dead by now...
He'll be 75. Miss Miller.
Yes, sir?
Take the statistics on Dr. Rowe from this report of Harrington's. Have the police put out an all-points bulletin for his arrest.
How shall I list the charge?
Murder. Victim, John Doe. Identity unknown.
They always ask when and where the suspect was last seen.
Yes, I know. And this time they're going to love the answer. Last seen in this city, 15 years ago. This is David Bryan. Before we continue with Mr. District Attorney, here's an important message I'd like you to hear.
And now back to David Bryan, starring as Paul Garrett, Mr. District Attorney.
15 years between the commission of a murder and the discovery of it. Our chances of identifying the victim seemed almost hopeless. And our chances of apprehending the killer seemed even more hopeless. Dr. Rowe's picture was on the front page of every afternoon newspaper. But even if he weren't dead, a man can change a lot in 15 years. Only 2 people might be able to tell us where he was. In the entire world, only 2 people.
See? You see what I tell you, Martha? How's that for a hot one? Doctor sought for questioning about unidentified body. I told you.
Joe.
What?
Outside, there's a car stopping.
Let me see.
2 men looking at the house number. Could they be police?
Oh, the big one looks too well dressed. No, that's Garrett, the DA.
They're going to come in.
You answer. Don't get rattled.
Where are you going?
The incinerator. Ditch the newspaper. We don't know from nothing. Go ahead, let them in.
All right.
Mrs. Franklin?
Yes?
Well, my name is Garrett. I'm the district attorney. This is Mr. Harrington. How do you do?
How do you do?
Well, we understand you used to keep house for Dr. Rowe. Well, may we come in?
Well, yes, sure.
This was the doctor's home, wasn't it?
Why, yes, a long time ago. My husband and I bought it from him when he gave up his practice.
Would you mind telling us exactly when that happened?
It'll be 15 years in March, I think. Oh, that's my husband. He was out back. Joe?
Yeah, honey. Oh.
This gentleman is the district attorney, and this is Mr.
Harry. Joe Franklin.
They want some information about Dr. Rowe.
Have you heard from the doctor lately?
No, not for a long time. Well, I guess it's 6 or 7 years since we had a letter, isn't it, Martha?
Yes, that's about right.
I don't suppose by any chance you kept any of his old letters.
No, I just threw them out.
Well, where was he living the last time you heard from him?
It was, Trenton, New Jersey, wasn't it, Joe?
Yeah, Trenton.
Well, do you remember the address?
He wrote to you about things. You must have answered them.
Well, we did, but he got his mail at the general delivery there. Why, something wrong? Is old Doc in any kind of trouble or anything? He came to tell us?
Well, we wish we knew.
Haven't either of you seen this afternoon's newspaper?
No, I usually go out and get them right after dinner.
I'm going to ask you and your husband to search your memories, Mrs. Franklin. A few months before he went away, Dr. Rowe bought a new X-ray machine. Do you remember that?
Well,
Yeah, he got it just about a week after I came back to town. I was away for a while in the Army.
Well, I know it. Can you remember what was done with the crate the machine came in?
It was put out in the garage until he took it with him.
The empty crate?
No, it wasn't empty. It was pretty heavy, that station wagon he had.
Sudden decision, wasn't it?
Yes, but he was always talking about retiring. I never thought he would, but that night he just decided.
I'm going to be very honest with you, Mr. Franklin. When you helped to load that crate, I don't think you were loading medical. It contained a dead body.
Body?
What?
Did the doctor have any intimate trouble with any visitor the night he decided to leave?
Patients,
Yes, there was. Arguing with somebody in his office when we were stopping.
You know who it was?
No, the door to his office was closed. Must have been an hour or two later he woke us up and said he'd made up his mind to clear out. Whoever was with him was gone by then.
Gone into that X-ray crate, if you ask me, Chief.
Yes. Now, incidentally, what happened to all the doctor's equipment? He couldn't have taken it all with him.
No, I shipped it off to some other doctor he sold it to.
When?
Not long after he left. He said he'd be selling the stuff. Then he sent me a letter telling me where to send it. I don't remember the name of the other doctor.
Well, that's all right. We do. Well, thank you for your help. Come on, Harrington.
Right. Goodbye, folks.
Good night.
Well, what do you think, Chief?
I want you to catch the first plane out for Philadelphia. See the doctor who bought Rowe's equipment. I also want to check on the sale of the house to the Franklins, the sale of the station wagon. Everything the doctor disposed of.
I think they told us everything they know.
I don't know, but I'm going to try and find out. Good morning, Miss Miller.
Good morning, Mr. Garrett.
Any word from Harrington?
He called from the airport about 20 minutes ago. He's on his way in now. And there's a Mrs. Kibble waiting to see you. She's in your office.
Did she say what she wants?
It's about the Dr. Rowe case. She used to work for him before the Franklin.
I'll see her right away.
Oh, there's a few other things, Mr. Garrett. These records you wanted from the Motor Vehicle Bureau and the County Recorder's Office?
They cover the sale of Dr. Rowe's house and car?
Yes, sir.
All right, take these papers down to the lab. Give them to Sam Jacobs. Tell him I want a comparison of the signatures on these documents with any signatures of Dr. Rowe made before the doctor's disappearance. Probably be able to get them from the state medical license application.
Yes, sir.
Mrs. Kibble, is it?
That's right.
I'm Mr. Garrett.
I know who you are, young man. And I've come to tell you that I'm surprised at you. A man of your intelligence charging poor Dr. Rowe with murder. Doctor helped folks into the world, not out of it. Even if some of the patients he helped did turn against him and give him a tongue lashing after he retired.
Well, what made them do that, Mrs. Kibble?
Because he sent them bills for what they owed him, that's why. I never could understand why he sent them myself. Never sent a bill to anybody before that. Not in the whole 20 years I was with him.
I see. These bills the doctor sent after he retired, do you know where they came from?
Mm-hmm. From the general delivery in Trenton, New Jersey. Not that I ever heard from him. 20 years. He never wrote to me after he ran off. Just the same, young man. He never killed anybody, neither.
You just made me believe that, Mrs. Kibble. Because a man's character doesn't change overnight. If Dr. Rowe didn't send out any bills for 20 years, I doubt if he sent any from Trenton.
His patients got him all right.
Yes, but I don't think they came from Dr. Rowe. Well, thank you very much for coming in, Mrs. Kibble. Thank you very much.
Oh, excuse me, Chief.
It's all right, Harrington. Goodbye, Mrs. Kibble.
Goodbye.
Who was that? Oh, a woman who kept the house for Dr. Rowe before the Franklins. What did you find out from the doctor in Philadelphia?
Well, just that he bought Rowe's equipment from an ad in a medical journal.
The most important thing is this. Did he see Rowe personally?
No. The whole transaction was handled by mail. Rowe's address was General Delivery, Trenton.
Harrington, we've been looking for a man nobody has seen in 15 years.
Yeah?
We've been ignoring one possibility, though. Suppose Dr. Rowe isn't the killer. Suppose he's the dead man.
But how about this stuff the doc sold and his letters to the Franklins?
Sam's running a lab check on the doctor's signatures right now. While I'm waiting for it, you'd better get to the teletype room. Check Joe Franklin's Army record, if any, and ask for a rundown for a possible criminal record in this or other states. Meet me in the lab when you get the answers.
Right, Chief.
Here are the enlargements, Mr. Garrett. The signature on top is a blow-up of Dr. Rowe's signature in a letter he sent to the AMA 6 months before he disappeared. The bottom signature is the one closing the sale of his house after he disappeared. Well, what do you think? They look the same to me. The bottom signature is an excellent forgery. Quite a bit heavier in the flourish under the...
Chief?
Yes, Harrington.
I got a rundown on Franklin from Washington. If he was ever in the Army, they don't know about it. He's done time in the Oklahoma State Pen, though.
On what charge?
Just what you were looking for, Chief. Forgery.
Use your phone, Sam. Help yourself, Mr. Garrett. Homicide? This is Garrett. Better get a squad car ready on the roll case. Harrington and I will meet him downstairs in 2 minutes.
Let's go, Harrington.
Right.
Yes? Oh,
Evening, Mrs. Franklin.
Mr. Harrington, isn't it?
Is your husband home?
Well, he's busy right now fixing something down in the basement.
Would you call him upstairs, please?
Oh, those men out there on the lawn.
Just call your husband, huh? Don't try to warn him. It'll save a lot of trouble. There are men around the back, too.
You know about Dr. Roden?
We do. Will you call him?
Don't hurt him. Please. Please, don't hurt him.
He's hurt us, Harrington. Light in the basement just went out. Malloy, get that woman quickly. The rest of you close in around the house. Flatten out, men.
Get away from me, Get away, let me get to my car, I'll kill you!
You've done all the killing you're going to do, Franklin.
Chief.
Yes, Harrington.
I'm right near the basement staircase. I'll get down after him.
No, stay where you are. Wait for him to come up.
I'm not coming up!
Yes, you are. All right, Kovacs, put a tear gas shell through that window. Watch it, Harrington. That'll drive him up.
I'm watching. All right, Joe. Throw the gun down.
Oh, God. Come on!
Harrington.
I'm all right, Chief. Came up shooting. I had a fire.
Radio for a doctor, Kovacs.
All the doctor can do for him is sign a death certificate.
Yeah. Actually, though, he signed his own death certificate.
Huh?
He signed it the first time he forged Dr. Rowe's signature. This is David Bryan. I hope you enjoyed this case from the files of Mr. District Attorney. I'll be back in just a moment after this message from our sponsor.
Now, here is the star of Mr. District Attorney, David Bryan, with a word about the program you have just heard.
The span of time covered by this case proves again that there is no such thing as the perfect crime, and that no criminal can ever sleep peacefully. Joe Franklin died resisting arrest. His wife, Martha, entered a plea of guilty to a charge of manslaughter and is now serving sentence. This is David Bryan inviting you to join us when we present our next case based on the facts of crime from the file of Mr. District Attorney.
Mr. District Attorney was originated by Phillips H. Lord.